Why am I staring at a wall? Anyways, hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Asylum. I'm in stairs. What was my game plan and why is my computer reset? It's been storming all day. Alright, what's my current plan? What's my current goal? I'll be honest, I haven't touched this game in days, and wait, no, I'm going upstairs, right? No? What am I doing? I think I am upstairs. I think I gotta explore this hallway. I'm not very professional. What kind of psychiatric hospital? Patients were allowed to pay short visits to the haunting museum of the Institute, which rather than a sanctuary of science and erudition, has now turned into a grotesque carnival of abominations. This is 90% skulls. That's a skull attached to a skeleton. Those are probably skulls in the making up there in those jars. This is a terrible hospital. Were those ears? But why? This exhibit displayed hands of various shapes submerged in some kind of liquid. What the hell is that? What is this creature? An abomination of nature. A baby with a gut-wrenching birth defect. It was a jar with something odd inside, an organ shaped like a pastry. Hideous. Well, now you got me wanting a pastry. So, I guess it did its job. What is this, a cat? Looked like some kind of animal. Another twisted feature of this gloomy museum. That scoliosis? Yet another disquieting feature of this atrocity exhibition. What is that, a brain on a scale? A most macabre exhibition. Right. Let's get away from that then. Right. What are all these? TPT 012? I don't wanna. Is this a puzzle? A typical glass slide for putting tissue samples on it. This could come in handy later. Oh shit, this is gonna be a puzzle. Seems like a convenient spot for placing a glass slide. Yeah. Picked up the tweezers with care. Okay. What is this? 071? You think I know what I need to do with this? I can just... You guys like ASMR? Get me out of this. I don't know what the hell any of that is. A series of radiographs showed various areas of the human body. Right, yes. I thought that was a speaker. I don't think it is. A complete human skeleton. It seemed real. I mean, I guess it could be. What the hell? They look like Siamese twin babies? Why are there so many skulls in this museum? Medical instruments of various types. Alright, who is this? Is this the pregnant woman? Rebecca Bierce. Age 31. Condition unstable. Block female wing, first floor. Therapy group E. Profile. Rebecca Bierce did not suffer any specific ailments early in life, but fell victim to violent sexual assault as an adult. She was found in a state of shock by the authorities who rescued her, and after medical examination, Rebecca was found to be pregnant. The perpetrator was never apprehended. During the period following the assault, Bierce exhibited delusional behaviors and panicked whenever men were in the same room as her. Thereafter, following strict attention and care, she gradually began to recover and return to her senses while coming to terms with her new condition. Bierce eventually managed to begin socializing with her peers and to feel more comfortable in the presence of men. Regrettably, she has recently suffered an inexplicable breakdown and is experiencing frequent neurotic fits. She mistreats both her peers and the nursing team using foul, highly offensive language while screaming and kicking. In 2 incidents, Bierce was found repeatedly hitting her stomach and insisting that her unborn child was spawned from hell. What if she's right? What if she is correct that that baby is the devil's spawn? Also, I'll be honest, I was hoping that piece of paper, before I saw the image, I was hoping it would tell me what the hell to do with all that stuff over there. Because at the moment, I do not know. Some instruments for unknown purposes, which I didn't want to discover. Several skulls were arranged on the shelf. Many of them appeared to have been drilled into. Because those are the practice skulls. Display with many skulls and various instruments. Right. So, there's nothing to read here either, right? Okay, the tweezers we don't keep. What if I just... Okay, that's fair. Grab this one. No need to grab these feeble tweezers at present. What's I gonna do with them? Hey, don't be a coward. Get it. Ah, fuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume it doesn't want me doing that. Alright, we're leaving the tweezers, but I suppose we're keeping the glass slide, which is, I mean, sure, it could break in our pocket though, which would be awkward. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, dead end. Oh, wait, no. Dr. Hanwell. The door wouldn't open, but perhaps the right key would let me in. Or a foot. I think we could get away with breaking down the door. What is this? Oh, it's Lenny. Wait, what was his name? Larry? Oh, what? Oh well. Okay, so I'm here. It's a strange place for the director's office. Next to the museum and the morgue. Laboratory. I mean, could be a worse spot, I suppose. He's probably got a nice little view of the outside in there with a window. Windows, to be honest. Sure, let's attempt to go into the morgue. What's behind, though? What is that? Bath? Does that say bath? It's very, well, very easy to see. Bath 2B. Okay. Let's see if we can get into the bath. Can I just zoom in anywhere? Pretty much. Cool. All right. There's a bath got a see-through. Well, it's this kind of place. The solarium used to be a clean and peaceful spot to relax amid sunbeams. Quite the opposite of its present and sorry condition, I felt a brief sense of melancholy. Still kind of relaxing, just my opinion. Looks kind of nice. What is this? Insect repellent. Is it weird that I kind of want to drink out of this bottle? Looks nice. Wait, what the fuck? Take it. Take it with you. You fool. No, whatever. Whatever, man. You see mosquitoes, that's your problem. The solarium was in shambles with debris and assorted garbage scattered all around. The window was shattered, allowing a cold breeze to chill the room. Okay. Record of patients housed in local hospital. The renowned surgeon who keeps receiving... Wait, what year is this? Does it say a year anywhere? This looks very old. Ha. I don't know. I have not been yawning all day. And now when it's like every time I sit down to record, I start yawning. And I don't know why. It's weird. Maybe I need to be in a mental institute. The renowned surgeon who keeps receiving encomiums from his peers, Dr. Walter Hanwell, director and founder of the mental hospital named after him, has made public the number of patients hosted by his institute. At 272 patients and 54 staff members, the establishment has positioned itself as one of the most highly populated mental institutions in the world. It has become the pride of our region. Dr. Henwell recognized the importance of the Kirkbridge design and architecture system in serving to house large numbers of patients in a healthy and comfortable environment. However, the reputable psychiatrists disagree on this and warn about the dangers of an overcrowded building, including managerial problems and ethical dilemmas. According to the Kirkbride plan, a hospital for the insane should not exceed a maximum of 250 patients. Going over that number a little bit. Contrary to Dr. Henwell's claims, we acknowledge the mandate of the Kirkbride plan, and my talented staff is keeping our patients under tight control, said Director Henwell. Our methods are efficient, and my experience in the field has allowed us to improve upon Kirkbride's August design. So, there's one thing, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but Henwell reminds me of the games, the Henwell games, that I still want to play them. The stove didn't work. I don't remember their names, but I believe they both have Henwell in the name. Another dirty and broken window. What a sad state for this once beautiful solarium. All things considered, the intruding vine had brought a little life into this room. Well, get it out. It doesn't belong. None of the windows here seem to have survived a long period of neglect. That one looks fine. So does that one. A little dirty, but it's starting to rain again. That's not good. Okay, morgue time, baby. I've seen plenty of depressing environments in the Institute by then, but the chilling morgue was on a whole different level of decrepitude and decay. Looks very clean, actually. The jar contained a repulsive liquid. Did we smell it? Unfortunately, the lamp wouldn't turn on. Odd stains on the towel emanated a pungent odor. Weird. We need to stop smelling everything. I had no idea what these papers could mean. Thank you, because I didn't either. That's weird. We should write that down. Shards of broken glass protruded from a broken cabinet, suggesting it was best to steer clear. More broken glass. That didn't seem to happen by mere accident. Had the Institute been vandalized while it was closed? Or did this happen while it was still operating? The handle wouldn't turn. What's that wet noise? Oh, neat. There were a few frightening tools inside the drawer. Okay, well, I guess we don't need them. Oh, it would be cool. Just a regular dirty rag with some bloodstains on it. Ugh. Yeah, a regular. Some boxes and hammers. I shivered in disgust while pondering what they may have been used for. Thought the bloody drawer might have something cool. A strange contraption occupied a large part of the drawer. I didn't want to know its purpose. What's this then? Alright. Random junk was scattered inside this drawer. Can I open the bottom? I guess I can. Well, it's the only one that has a bottom. Some organ, bizarrely still fresh, was in the tray. I would say that it's quite bizarre, yes. There was water flowing here, likely for the purpose of cleaning blood and other fluids spilled during the surgical procedures. But that still works. So much in this sanitarium is not working. It was difficult to discern what was on the scale. A brain? Why would anyone leave this here? Okay, so puzzle theory. I'm gonna have to get those slides and like put them here to arrange a body or some shit. That'd be a little weird. This is gonna be very weird. The book provided some details about the bodies in the morgue. Names, tags, and some notes. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, no, no, no. Stop yawning. Handle wouldn't turn. Just like all the other drawers. Cabinets, sorry. Try as I might, this cabinet wouldn't open. Can make out some organic material submerged in transparent liquid, formaldehyde, perhaps. An old and worn microscope. Several glass flasks of different sizes, yet all empty. Why is that a hand, but whatever. Some neatly aligned flasks, or rather disorganized items in here. Nothing interesting. Just a bunch of boxes stacked. What a waste of space. Look like some kind of box with dividers, as if it was meant to have cards put in it. Right. Are any of these drawers gonna have anything of use? Only some random stuff in here. Nothing of note. Empty jars and dirty okay, nothing important at all. Noted. What are you? Small moving table. Likely used to transport instruments during autopsies, had nothing on it. That is something on top of it. That is an item. Probably not important, but it is something. Unfortunately, the lamp wouldn't turn on. Faucets didn't work here, rendering the morgue unusable, or at least I hope so. But that's running water. Alright, well, let me go over here. The hook behind me seemed to move a bit. It was evidently part of this mechanism. Okay. That hook? What does it do? What the fuck, dude? Ah, it's like the 5th time I've yawned. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Well, that was probably for the best. Okay, can we talk about how they left a corpse in here? Does it seem good? What a disgusting mess. Seemed like someone did this on purpose, perhaps a sort of protest? They put bones and flesh? Sure, man. Am I gonna have to come back here and find the correct one? If so, then me doing this is probably a little pointless at the moment. What the fuck? Look like brains kept for research. Well. Is that cheese? Seemed like a stalk of blood, perhaps meant to be analyzed. Is that bread? Looks like bread. Looks like a loaf of bread. Someone's snack? Vampire's night in? The hell are these? Empty flasks? Okay, well, so yeah. I think I'm gonna need one of those body bags. I think that's what the crane is gonna be used for. But, I mean, I can try. Was this a body? This is a body. Alright, cool. Underneath the bloody door. Let's see. Okay. I didn't need to move anything at the... Okay, so this is a puzzle that I just can't do yet? Is that what I'm being informed of? Well, then let's piss off out of here. Alright. Wash closet. Alright. Water seemed clean. Okay, I don't believe I have any item that I have letter opener, crayon, and a glass slide. Not sure any of those need water. Probably a flask or some shit. Or maybe if I need to, like, wipe something off. Alright. Laboratory? What the fuck, there's a guy. The laboratory greeted me with a hint of sinister ambiance. The greenish lighting and fetid smell only contributed to convey an eerie sense of organic. Also, who is that man in the corner? He's probably wondering who the hell I am. Let's go talk to him before I touch stuff. What's up, Doc?
Hello? Am I interrupting something?
Who are you?
I'm a former member of the Institute. I came here tonight to look into some docu.
Well, this is highly irregular. Did Julia let you in? I'll need to have a word with her. As you can see, the building is not in a condition for you to go anywhere you please.
Oh, but I'm only going to the allowed areas.
This area is not allowed.
Sorry, my mistake. But would you mind if I asked you some questions?
I was in the middle of something important, but go ahead.
I assume you are...
I'm the new director of the Institute, Dr. Ambrose Miller. My purpose here is to honor the vision of my former colleague, Dr. Walter Hanwell.
Pleased to meet you.
Real quick.
I appreciate the conversation.
Where did my subtitles go? Did they get turned off? Okay. Pretty sure they were on before.
Dr. Miller?
Yeah, they were definitely on before.
Just one moment of
Maybe
your
the
time,
update
please.
turned it off. Sir, this is not going to be a moment of your time. This is going to be a lot of your time.
The reason I'm here is to research the older history of the Institute, from its heyday until the strange circumstances of its collapse.
As you can imagine, that's not a topic we like to discuss here. We prefer to look forward, not back in the past.
Well, as the new director, aren't you interested in what happened?
That remark seems slightly insulting.
I didn't mean to.
Look, it was all a sorry episode that none of us are proud of. And those responsible have long since been apprehended. And that's the end of it.
Just one more question about the past.
Why are you so interested in learning about the past?
Well, I was here in the Institute around that time, but I don't quite recall all the events that transpired. Those unfortunate circumstances deeply affected me, and I must understand why.
What was your role in the Institute?
I used to be with patients most of the time.
This is all becoming a waste of my time. What was the question?
Were you acquainted with the Institute back in those days?
Only tangentially. This is my first time here.
All right.
And that concludes this conversation.
I forgot to ask something else.
I'm sorry, but I really need to concentrate.
Good. I want to exhaust all the dialogue, just get through it all, you know?
Have you seen the patient Lenny around?
Lenny? Ah, yes, you mean Leonard. Yes, I believe he's somewhere on this floor, cleaning a corridor.
Thank you.
I'll bump into him.
About this,
We have said all there was to...
I'm looking for information on a patient called Bertrand.
Bertrand. He's one from the old group, right?
I believe so. I've seen footage of him in the therapy room.
Footage? Intriguing. I'll have to take a look at that. But yes, of course he sounds familiar. He's here tonight.
What do you mean, here? Physically?
Physically? What are you, a ghost hunter? Of course in flesh and blood. He's one of the patients being relocated.
This is an incredible development. Where can I see him?
I don't have such details. All I know is that he's in the same cell where he used to be.
You're a terrible director. Also, I mean, I guess it could be because he's a current, inmate, I guess. Patient is a better term, definitely. He said he was from the old group. We're also from the old group, right? How'd he not know us? Maybe, I don't know.
Sorry, where was Bertrand's cell?
As I told you, I don't know the exact cell number, only it's the same one where he used to be.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
very vague, but I understand.
What condition would you say can lead to chronic hallucinations?
In my experience, extreme stress. For example, panic attacks. Abuse of illegal drugs and other substances too. But most likely it would be something related to the brain, a physical problem, such as an imbalance of neurotransmitters. Schizophrenia can cause hallucinations as well.
Thank you for the thorough explanation.
Cool.
I'm curious about something. When it comes to hallucinations,
You seem to be particularly interested in this topic.
it's from my research.
Well, go on then.
What would be a solution? For them, I mean, to stop the hallucinations.
That's one broad question. For starters, drugs which counterbalance the improper chemistry between serotonin, dopamine, and glutamate in the brain. And that doesn't work all the time. If it's something more serious, like a brain tumor,
What?
extirpation. But it's extremely risky. Even if the surgery is successful, the patient is at risk of dying or facing crippling side effects.
Cool. Also, when he talks about hallucinating, he's talking about, the woman, right? She looks like the woman who is pregnant. So I don't know if she died here and she's trying to get us to come back and solve her murder. I don't know.
Are you familiar with the term Group E?
Yes, that's a therapy thing. Patients were organized into small groups and encouraged to discuss their fears and problems in confidence. In a more controlled environment, they were treated by, what was her name?
Dr. Ebersbaker?
Ebersbaker.
Her, yes. I see you're acquainted with the history here.
I've been reading some records on the topic.
Careful, you might stumble onto things you're not meant to read.
Cool.
What if I told you I have a strange urge to look for candles?
Huh?
I would say you have a keen sense of adventure.
What?
Have you looked in the attic yet?
Not yet.
If you can't find some candles there, I'll eat my hat.
You'll eat your whole closet.
You don't have a hat, man.
I forgot to ask something else.
I'm sorry.
Do you know anything about the construction below?
I'm aware of renovation plans that didn't come to fruition. The structure of the building was typical Kurt Bride, since its inception, a style which became dated over time. Mind you, This was true of all mental hospitals of this area. All Kirkbride establishments were forced to change or perish.
Why this whole fascination with the Kirkbride architecture?
You could say that Walter was a romantic, too attached to the old ways. He erected this building quite late in his lifetime,
Erected.
when the Kirkbride design
Sorry.
was already beginning to exhibit its flaws, and he paid a price for it.
What I don't understand is the purpose of digging in the basement.
It makes perfect sense. That's typically how the migration of the so-called unit system worked. Underground tunnels.
Did we? We already asked about Bertrand, right? Fuck it, do it again.
You mentioned that Bertrand is back in the Institute?
Yes, the same cell as before.
Yeah, you said that.
There's one more.
Please, enough.
Okay.
I'm wondering how a network of underground tunnels is so attached to the concept of a unit system.
To begin with, the unit system is a term that didn't catch on. It was meant to convey the notion of units of buildings, concerned with a single aspect for the everyday operation of a mental institute. One building for administrative offices, another for surgical interventions, then male and female infirmaries separated, and so on. The hospital border in Buenos Aires is a good example of such a system of buildings.
There's one more.
Please, and
Understood. Understood. Let's talk about everybody in this building.
Julia seems to be a nice member of the new Hanwell family.
our new receptionist. I don't have much to say. I just met her earlier this morning.
She's doing a fine job. Must be difficult putting a nice face to all this filth.
Filth?
I'm sorry, I mean, let's talk about something else.
It is kind of filthy.
There's one more.
Please.
So, you're the famous Dr. Miller.
Famous? Not quite. At least not around these parts. I'm just a humble servant who wishes to continue with Walter's grandiose dreams.
Don't like
How
that.
so?
As soon as I heard this establishment was ceasing
Don't like how he said
operations, I
that.
made arrangements to be transferred here. Hopefully continue Walter's work. My connection in the field of medicine across the years proved valuable, as here I find myself as the new director in charge of this reopening.
You seem quite attached to this building and its history.
I wasn't involved in those days, just acquainted with the philosophy of Hanwell Institute. The hospital used to be an illustrious example of what the will of man can accomplish. All I'm doing here is picking up the pieces and fulfilling that dream.
I don't trust this guy.
One more thing.
Who?
I'm sorry, Dr. Miller.
Listen, I should get back to my...
Alright.
About Dr. Ebesbaker.
The therapist?
Yes, I'm curious about her role at the Institute.
She was well positioned in the ranks at Hanwell, respected career and all. But if you ask me, she was a failure.
Oh.
So you think Dr. Ebesbaker was part of the reason why the Institute ceased operations?
No, at least not just her. But she was another component in the equation. I believe her foolish rivalry with Hawthorne distracted Walter from a greater purpose. And Hawthorne, well, he wasn't a saint of my devotion either.
About this,
We have...
do you know Bruno?
Of course I know Bruno. He's our security guard.
Is there anything of interest you could tell me about him?
Not really. He's just a security guard.
But he's working in your establishment and contributes to a greater goal. You can't possibly operate this place without security.
Look, if you want to form a union with Bruno, be my guest. I need to keep working with this dangerous chemical.
Why such intolerance?
I have a highly dangerous chemical right here.
Fine. I forgot to ask,
I'm so...
have you seen a patient wandering around?
The one who's cleaning the rooms? Yes. Leonard, I believe.
That's who I mean, yes. Is it safe to speak with him?
Certainly. Perfectly safe, otherwise we wouldn't allow him to roam freely. I'm not familiar with his case, though. We are simply continuing with the same treatment he had in the past.
Does the name Crawford ring a bell?
Not in the least.
About this.
We have said...
So, I assume you were acquainted with Walter Hanwell.
Quite so. Walter was a friend. We maintained ample correspondence over the years. Many subjects, both from the field of medicine and life itself, were our common interest. Many times I toyed with the idea of coming here to work with him. Alas, fate had a different plan for us.
What do you mean?
Well, the circumstances you're obviously familiar with. I was finally prepping myself for a greatly belated visit when all of a sudden the Institute shut down. Walter had been a friend in writing for many years, yet regrettably I never got to know him in person.
It's odd that you were such a close friend with Dr. Hanwell, yet only exchanged letters.
I don't see what's so odd about that. Some people prefer the expression and flair of the written word, especially someone as enlightened as Walter was. We never even spoke on the telephone. Always preferred the intimacy of the prose. You see, Walter was a very reserved fellow. He didn't like public appearances, nor to be photographed, and I respected that. In a way, it made our relationship more intriguing. We connected down to the purest level, our thoughts.
Cool.
Why did Hanwell shut down all of a sudden?
That's not a topic we are discussing here, as you can imagine.
I'm interested in learning the truth.
Truth these days is a social construct.
Oh, come on. A fact is still a fact, and there must be a reason why this place closed doors.
Mismanagement. Hanwell got too careless. He trusted the wrong people.
But...
That is all I'm saying on this topic.
I got a letter opener.
look at this elegant letter opener.
A true work of art.
Yeah. I got a crayon.
Look at this crayon.
Yes, a typical way to keep patients entertained.
Yeah. I got a glass slide.
Are you familiar with this type of glass slide?
Is this a joke?
No.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Miller.
Okay, well that took a lot of time and I learned, anyways, what the fuck is this? Poke, poke, poke. Oh man, I'm sleepy now. Cabinet was jammed. It seemed to have been in, I'm not gonna bother to read a lot of this. I feel like it's just gonna be the same shit, you know? Beans? There has been nothing of use in any of these drawers, and the second they do put something useful in here, that's gonna be fucked up. Forks. What do you want me to do to this rat? Poke it.
We have expensive things in here. Stay away from that.
Okay. Drawing it.
Please don't touch the equipment.
That is a dead rat in a cage. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything with that while he's here. Uh... I don't know if that was relevant. I don't think it was. I skimmed over it. This is a cool game, alright? It's got atmosphere. It's got intrigue. But it's making me so sleepy right now. I think I just had a long day with the weather and all that shit. So it just hit me as soon as I started, who the hell? Oh, it's you. Like, the dialogue, it's good.
Lenny.
It's just
I've
making
been
me
in the
sleepy
basement.
right
You were
now
right.
at almost 1 a.m.
Really?
Yes, I was there before. And you too. I had this memory. We were working together in some kind of construction project. What were we doing down there?
I don't recall. Everything is so fuzzy.
Lenny, you have to make an effort. This is important for our sakes.
I don't want to, please. I don't want to remember. It hurts.
Okay, don't worry, Lenny. Let's try something else.
You like crayons, Lenny?
Look at this crayon.
Oh, yes. Is that from the game room?
Yes.
We used to draw so much.
Correct. Okay,
I've learned that Bertrand, a former patient of the Institute like you and me, is here, and I'm gonna pay him a visit.
I hope he's all right.
I hope so too, Lenny. We both need answers. Nothing else comes to mind.
I don't want to think.
right.
The Institute was shut down under strange circumstances, but I don't recall much about that period.
Me neither. We were in pain by then.
What is this about pain?
It was the pain that led to the shutdown. Down below.
Did you hear anything else about this?
No.
Alright, cool. Well, Lenny, I don't
See
know
you
what to
around,
talk
Lenny.
about. He's gonna be blocking that off, so... I don't know where to go at this point. So... he's like over here. He's in the passage. We only have access to this. So the solarium, the bath, org. Maybe back to the museum? Maybe we actually need to figure out what the hell to do with all this. So what the hell do I do with the glass? I don't know. I feel like while that is there, my current goal is finding Bertrand. And this, let's see. He could be down here in the male hospital. But I don't know. I was wondering what the fuck was vibrating. There's like bullfrogs outside my window. It's rained so much. There's like just a big lake, and I just hear frogs now. I was wondering. I'm like looking at my phone, and I don't. It's not vibrating at all. I just. Wait, was this? This wasn't. Oh, this still isn't cleared off. Okay. I was gonna say. Looks nice up there though. All right. Tell you what. We got 2 more people we can talk to. This is the basement. That got creepy. Let's go ask them about Bertrand. I feel like the security guard would know where he's at if it's, you know, his duty. But Julia's right here. Let's talk to her first and then go talk to the other guy.
Oh, one more thing, Julia.
We can ask her some other stuff as well.
Turns out this patient Bertrand is back at the Institute, and he might be relevant to my research.
That's interesting. What are you planning to do?
I would like to pay him a visit, but I'm not quite sure where his cell is.
Well, no patients are on the upper floors that I know of. The whole female wing remains closed for renovations, so your only option is the male low-risk wing on this floor.
Alright, thank you.
So we've definitely passed by his cell.
Look at this beautiful glass slide.
Be careful, that might be expensive.
This might be pretty old.
Do you know why the Institute was shut down in the first place?
No, not really. I remember reading that it was quite sudden. It was all over the news back then, but the controversy died down quickly. Were you here when that happened?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. It seems like it was a grave matter. I'd have remembered about that.
Anyway, it's old history now.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think we have anything else to discuss.
Thank you for being
I have nothing else.
fine by me.
I'm done for now.
Wait. This way. Bertram. I'll just go talk to the guard first. He should know. He just might not tell me is the thing. What if he's dead? Uh-oh. Wait, was that new? Flipping Mozart here next to me somehow broke out of his cell and ran upstairs. He spent a fair amount of time trashing the cafeteria. However, this random guy, yeah, that's how bizarre this place is, helped me to calm him down. Whatever, I'll take it. At least I can get some rest before the next rounds. The pounding is more than I can take now. It feels my own head hitting the door. Screw it, I'll give him the music box again. This guy might be dead. Bruno's desk was quite a mess. Yeah. Taking these fucking keys now. Hey. That's weird. Hey. Whatever. Did you go down here? I don't know where he could have went. Also, let me take a look at this. Where these keys go? I don't know where Bruno is at all, so. But we explored a bit. Exhausted dialogue. Now I have to find wherever these locked doors are. And, yeah. I think he said it wouldn't work for, Hanwell. But I think he said it wouldn't work for Hanwell and something else. I just don't recall what other locked doors there are, you know? I'll have to explore a bit. But, I think there's one door I couldn't open down here. Let me go check it real quick. It's also upstairs. I could go upstairs. Was it this one? Did Hawthorne have two? Couldn't use any key there. Okay. Let me go check this other door, because maybe I was thinking of the wrong one. Oh. Okay, it wouldn't unlock. Okay. Wait, did I fuck up the other one somehow? No, I don't think I did. I think I'm just going crazy. It's so fucking late. My mind is running on fumes. Fuck it, I'll try it again. Just cause using items in this game is very strange. I'll check it one more time before I wrap it up. But I'm pretty sure I did it right. Unless I couldn't use any key there. Okay. So it does say something different. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I mean, we got a goal for the next episode, so that's good. That's good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.